listening to Art Dust with Glenda Gibson and the beautiful and wonderful and amazing
Donna Drin. It's me.
Right, that wasn't too boring, was it, Donna?
No, you have to vary it. But you can also watch, because we also are on YouTube as well as Spotify. So, yeah. Yes, those things.
I'm just going to embarrass Donna a little further by getting her to hold up her prize-winning print.
Oh.
Hold it up. If you are on YouTube, you will be able to see a reduction lino print that she won an award for, an International Print in May Day award.
Did.
So, well done, Donna. Hurrah.
Oh, that's nice. I'm going to stay there. Yeah. Sit there. Stay. The land of stay.
which is really nice thing to happen.
Yeah.
When you get recognised for your slogging away.
Keep going. Just keep going.
Right. Well, a few weeks ago, Donna and I got together to do 2 podcasts back to back because I'm going off to Australia again. But I made a mistake and the second one didn't record. But we did this really great thing.
We did. It was a really good episode. And I was like, oh, no. Oh, well. Yeah. So it's fine.
We just spontaneously talked about being exhibition ready, and it all just flowed out of our heads, and it was really good. So we're going to do exhibition ready, but this time I've written it all up neatly, which is good for you because I'll pop that into the show notes. I'll pop those words down, but it is probably worth taking notes. And I think we just blabbled on last time.
We did.
But I've organised myself a bit more.
You've organised yourself.
Yeah. Stop it. A couple of things that we thought of after that you need to have before you even start getting exhibition ready. One of the things is you need to have insurance. You need to make sure you have artist insurance. There's several, AN do insurance, Curator Space does insurance, and there's lots of others. And
there's also one called the Artists Union, which I discovered last year. It's a bit more pricey, but it actually also insures the artwork. Now, that sounds a bit bonkers. You're asking for people to go and get artist insurance. The artist insurance insures the artist. It doesn't insure your actual work. So when you have to have artist insurance, it's like, I suppose, a professional thing. So like when you turn up to a market, you've got all your stand and everything is all protected, but it doesn't actually protect your artwork. It only protects you from being personally sued, pretty much, and small accidents and stuff. But it protects you. It doesn't really protect the artwork. If you want to protect your artwork, you can insure it through AN, but it's very expensive. Whereas if you join the Artists Union, which I've begun to think that this year I might jump ship. I've been with AN for quite some time, and I have this brand loyalty thing in my head, but Artists Union actually insure the artwork as well as you. But the AN have also introduced, this is the thing that's making me kind of if you had, say you can get sick pay from AN. They've introduced a sick pay insurance. So if you break your arm or you have to have an operation on it and you can't work, there is an insurance. This is what's making me kind of going, I don't know which is better. But anyway, that's my little artist insurance rant.
And I actually know somebody who claimed insurance. She broke her wrist and she couldn't paint, she couldn't teach either. So she claimed that insurance and they were very good and it was very generous. It was all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is something to think about. I mean, we are really out on our own in lots of ways.
Yes.
But anyway, if you're going to exhibit your work, and why I'm talking about exhibiting your work and being exhibition ready is that's how I sell my art. It doesn't sell online. I have sold one thing, I think, through Instagram. I've sold one thing through my webpage. But generally speaking, it's exhibiting is how I sell my artwork. Donna sells a lot of her stuff at markets at the end of the year, but her artwork, again, it's sold predominantly through exhibitions.
Yeah.
But it can be expensive and daunting and just jolly hard work. So you need to think about how many you're going to do and what you're going to do and what suits you. So,
mind you, I did say to you the other day, we were joking a few years ago, saying, 2 exhibitions a year, that's enough. And how many exhibitions have you had this last month?
I did 4 in May. They were just little ones, but they were...
Yeah, but you started to prepare all the amount of pre-work for each exhibition. Yeah. It's the same, but you did 4.
Yeah, and you had to make sure you had work for each one because you didn't know what would sell and what would work with each one, which
it's a part of it. Yeah, so we've always got work at Union Gallery in Grantham, and then we've also got work. So we had work for Sputnik. You had work for Bingham Library, as well as Sputnik, as well as the exhibition we had at Joel's place.
And the Open Gardens.
Yes, the Open Gardens.
I had work in the...
Yeah, we both had work in there. So I wasn't actually there, but you were there.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you were busy winning a prize, I think.
It was that day. It was the day where I decided I would do a print in a whole day.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. You just do that in one day. Yeah.
So probably before you think about anything else and you want to exhibit your work is go and look at some places where you want to exhibit. Donna and I might be putting some work in a local cafe, so we went to visit the local cafe.
Yes.
To see what wall space there was, what the vibe was.
Yeah. If you actually want to have your work in there as well, like, somebody may invite you, but actually when you turn up, you kind of go, actually, my work's not going to work here. Or you might go, actually, there is that. Yeah. And that's the same with any gallery. Your work might not suit the gallery or the particular exhibition, that you're putting your work in for. So it's worth going to galleries and just keep going to galleries whenever you can. Make it an artist date, as the Artist Way. She talks about taking your artist on an artist date. And so one of my favourite ways of doing that is going to a gallery or an exhibition or something. Yeah. We went to a private view the other evening.
We did, yes, at Indigo Crow in Lincoln. Very good. I was quite inspired by some of the abstracts there. Really good, really good.
Really lovely.
So fit in as many of those as you can. But once you've got a date, an exhibition and whatever, then you need to create the work. Or if you haven't already created some work, you need to choose some work from your collection or create work. I'm an oil painter, so I have to have a really long lead-in time for work creation because it's drying. The work on the wall behind me is for a September exhibition, and this is only June because it needs to be properly dry, and it's now, properly framed. And all right, so you create your work, you choose your best bits, and then before you do anything else, you make sure you photograph it really, really well.
Yes.
So you want to explain, Donna?
So when you photograph work really well, you want to have 0 shadows on your work. 0, no shadows whatsoever. So you want to make sure that if you can afford to hire a photographer to come and take photographs of your work, do. But if you can't, and you'd like, you have space at home, big white sheet, hang it up somewhere, and then put put it over an easel or something so you can put your work on that. Lots of lights, so it gives as many lights as possible. So this is before you frame it. This is before for me, I can't take a photo. I mean, as you can see, this picture behind me is now all reflections. And you can't, so if I tried to take a photograph of that now, it would be lost. You wouldn't see it. So you need to take this photograph before you frame it, because this is the photograph that you can use for getting a Glickly print done, for getting your cards done, also for maybe a catalogue. You need to have for for the open studios, you actually have to have photographs of really good quality photographs of your artwork submitted, so that they can actually put them into the brochure of the exhibition. So if you have, so you need to have a reference also of your own artwork. But yes, no shadows. I also have a patch of garden where there's no shadows, so I can lay it down. I can put, because you do get grass blades in it, I have noticed, which can be hard to edit out of a photograph. So yes, sheet again, down on the ground, put that on top, and it just provides a really nice, easy way of photographing your work.
Yeah. You should be photographing your work at the best quality you can. Yes. I mean, our iPhones are pretty good, actually.
They are very good now.
But you need to have a record of that in your own inventory. But that is a story for another day.
Another thing.
Probably.
The stock list.
The stock list. You should know what you've got, and you should have very good photographs of it, including some close-ups and things like that of the details. That's really important. I use that for my web page as well. Although something the other day, I think it was a residency I was applying for, they wanted some close-ups of your work as well, which I've never actually been asked for that before for an exhibition, but that was that's what they wanted. So once you've got it all selected and all of that, you need to find out from your venue how they want to hang it, what sort of fixings they want on it, and whether it's important to them to have it framed or not. Framing is expensive.
Yeah.
So and if it's got glass in it like Donna's got, you've got to be super careful at transporting it as well. If they're happy to just have painted edges, that's obviously cheaper, but work does look great in a frame.
Does it elevates it?
Yeah. And one of the exhibitions we regularly exhibit in use mirror plates halfway down the work of art. So they have to be put onto your work and actually painted white.
Yes, they do.
For this particular exhibition. But other times they'll want hooks on the back or a string.
Or they want D-rings.
Yeah, D-rings.
Actually, if you do the D-rings, have two options. Have the string, put your string on the back, but also turn the D-rings so they're face pointing upwards. Because then if they've got the hanging system that comes down with little metal hooks on, you can still slide that on. But if they then decide to move it to a wall where they haven't got the hooks, you've still got the option of moving it to another spot.
So D-rings are great because you can just turn them and use two of them onto two hooks, or the string that goes across. But you need to find out from the gallery what they're wanting you to turn up with. Some places are really specific, other places are not so bothered. But you need to find that out before you start putting it all on, or you're going to be really frustrated because you're going to take it all off and redo it.
Yeah, and it's how you label your work is really important too. So like, yes, you need to have a label on the back of your picture, and then you also need to have, like, on the back of the picture, like, so you can have your name, the title, and you made it, so you've got your signature on the back, and the price sometimes actually helps, but also to put a certificate of authenticity stuck to the back. And it means that somebody, when they buy your work, if you're selling your work through a gallery, that's quite anonymous. So the gallery will have the person's details, and they may put that person on their mailing list, but you're not going to find that out. You will never know unless the person who buys a piece of work contacts you and says, "Hi, I bought your piece of work. I've now got it up in my lounge, or I have it in," So that's that's really nice when that happens. And you can have these lovely photographs, and it's like, oh, that's really nice to actually know that somebody's bought it and it's going to a home where it's loved. But for you, they also will want, some of them will want an extra label that comes over the top, so that when they hang it on the wall, they don't have to sort of stand there and do the whole trick of turning the picture to look at the back at the same time as hanging it. They'll want a spare label that they can attach to the front.
Yeah, so they'll have their specific requirements. A certificate of authenticity is great to have on the back, but it's also good for you because you can go, oh, what did I call this painting again? Or is this an acrylic or an oil? I did it so long ago, I can't remember. But all that information can be on the back. It's easy for you. It's easy for any gallery to identify the work. So I work on a Mac. I have a Pages to create my document, and in there is a certificate already created. So I just use that. I don't invent the wheel. I just use that thing. But you might want to do something very fancy and very you and have a different sort of thing. But I just stick it on the back of the back of the
somebody knows. Yes.
Yeah. And that's there. The other thing that you usually need is a bio or an artist statement. Yeah. So you should have several of these ready anyway. A 3-word one, or a 5-word one, a really short
little sentence, little snappy sentence. Mine is exploring rewilded areas through art. Ta-da! Explains everything.
Yeah. And I paint in vibrant oil colours. Simple. Yeah. But then you should have something that's more like 30 words, another one that's 100 words, one that's 300 words. And then when you go to put that into an exhibition, you need to look at it again and tweak it for your exhibition.
Yeah, you might have each gallery might say, some galleries might be posher or more formal. Some galleries will be formal and they'll want one that's heavily arty worded. And other ones will be more informal and they'll just want one that Joe Public, who hasn't had an art education and hasn't swallowed the art thesaurus, can understand. So, you need to peg it towards the gallery that you're going towards.
Yeah. And also you need to realise that you change, that, I had on an old one working on abstracts and murals. Well, I haven't done a mural for years now. I'm probably not going to do any more murals, but at the time I was. So it needs to come off and I need to put some, on what I'm doing now. The other thing you could need is a description of the artwork. So that's where you talk about your inspiration, your method, any influences that you've had in a little write-up about it. And that can be as poetic and beautiful and as arty as you like. But not hugely long, because they put them on the wall near your painting.
Normally about 30 to 50 words maximum, I think, to really honest. On those, because they really are. Sometimes they just want. Sometimes they don't even put a price up. But anyway, it's normally just your name, what it's made out of, and price.
Yeah, so that's your label. So that's sometimes your label includes a description. It's all done differently, so you have to find out. And sometimes you're responsible for the labels, but other times the gallery will want to do the labels themselves.
The one thing I was going to say about prints was when I do the back of if you're mounting anything in a frame, like a glass wooden frame, traditional frame like that, you also need to put on a piece of tape that seals it to stop any little bugs from climbing in. Even though they can still, I don't know how they manage it, they climb through the glass and through the inside. But on the back, if you seal the back, you are less likely to get those really nasty little thundery bug things climbing into your artwork. But that actually really helps.
That's another part of your presentation and your sealing it. So you do need to think about the price as well. You need to know what the commission is going to be, how much they're going to take that into account. And
I saw one yesterday, day before yesterday. I was looking and it said the artist bears 52% of the cost. 52% of the cost. So that's basically materials, tax, and their commission. And then it also said that if the customer breaks the frame within a year, that it's up to the artist to replace it. And I was like, what? When's that a thing? But anyway, yes, that was a sneaky line in the bottom in the small print. I've decided not to enter that. I might just go and have a look at their exhibition, and see why all of a sudden is that line a thing. But anyway, yes, that threw me a bit.
Yeah, that's new. I haven't come across that before.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah, but you do need to take the cost of your frame into account.
You do.
I've just had a piece framed. It's behind me there, the big white frame. That was £165 for the frame, and then I've got the commission and the price I want for this original oil painting, which is not like a tenner. It's
no.
I want a bit more than that from it, so it ends up being quite a pricey piece of work. But that's the reality of the situation.
It takes you time, and you've got, is that art of the only industry where we work for free until we sell something.
Yeah. So also, things you take with you on the day of delivering. You've got to find out when and how things are being delivered, because sometimes there's a specific day, specific time, and they tell you to take your stuff away and whatever, and the collection days are the same. So you wrap it up ready for transport. You note any delivery details, and you have a list for you and a list for them of what you're hanging.
Yeah.
As detailed as possible.
Yeah.
So that everybody knows what's going on. Make sure you know you have a way of paying, that you've talked to them about how you're paying.
Yeah. So how are you going to receive payment from them as well, and when? Because some of them will say, oh, we give out after the exhibition and you've come and collected your work, it will be 10 days after. Or they might say, oh, we'll do that. There will be a date in which they will send out all the payments, so that that if it's part of a group show that, oh, hang on, I've not been paid, you can then go, hi, yeah, you said you were paying me today and it hasn't arrived. You can actually then they'll go, oh, yes, that's great. Yes, sorry, yes, we saw that. There was an error. They'll say there's a reason why, but they'll then do it. But if you don't have that information, you might be sitting there for weeks and going, well, where's that?
And when Donna does markets and I do an exhibition, I always have a cash tin with about £20 float. It's not a big float, a couple of fivers, plenty of ones, just a little float.
Yeah.
And that's because people want to buy my £3.50 cards, and they can do that in cash. But I also don't have a sum up, but you can have something like a sum up, which takes a card payment.
Yeah, which is amazing. You do have to make sure if you're doing a market or an exhibition that is kind of at an outdoor location, be another way of putting it, make sure you find out if you're going to be able to access that location's Wi-Fi code. If you can't access their Wi-Fi, you have to find out whether you've got enough mobile phone signal. The amount of times I see people chasing around, like pointing phones at the sky in a vain hope that they can actually get in, and you're like thinking,
it's over here.
Oh, it's moved. The wind's blown it. Yes.
Yeah. So that's something else you do. And Donna always takes, and I take a few things as well. I always take glue tack and stuff like that. But Donna will also take a whole kit thing with string and nails and hammer and she's got a whole little box.
Little screwdrivers and hammers, and and I'm that person that everyone goes, oh, Donna, have you got one of these?
And extra fittings. People often come and borrow my fittings because I have a lot. And then if it's a market, you'll need a tablecloth. You probably need a bit of cardboard for you to stand on. You'll need your stands.
We've already done all that stuff.
Everything will need to be labelled up, and this is well before the day you have to get ready. But also have any QR codes and social media links up and about. Have flyers about things you're going to be doing later, workshops that you're doing, any other events sheets you're involved in, and sign-up sheets to get emails so that you can send out your email address. All this background stuff. And if it's appropriate, you can also have some of your process there. So your sketchbooks. You might even be able to paint. And one place we can paint while we're
working.
We're selling our stuff. We can set up an easel and get on with some painting. That's it, Don. I think we've covered everything.
Have we covered everything?
I think so.
Oh yeah, don't forget that actually the social media side, before you go to the exhibition, don't give away all the game. So like, don't give away all, oh, this is my latest piece, this is the latest piece. You might want to say, oh, look, you can come and see some of these and do a really quick flyby video. Come and, these will be in my exhibition at. Bit like at the moment, you can't actually see Glenda's pictures very well behind it, but they're there. But you can kind of go, oh, actually. So you kind of want to tease people a bit. So they actually have to come to the exhibition to see the work properly. But yes, the social media is really important beforehand.
Yeah, and during. And
yes.
So we did an exhibition, what was it, last weekend? It was. Some people came because signs were out on the road, and some people were personally invited, so they came. Yep. And some people came because they saw it up on Facebook.
Yeah.
So
it does work.
It's worth doing that. Sometimes you feel like it's the gallery's responsibility and they should be doing a lot. Yeah.
They should be doing a lot, but also you can do a lot too. I think it's 50-50, to be honest. If you want people to turn up, you kind of need to be doing I have my own mailing list people, and it's like, well, this is the exhibition I'm taking part in. Yeah, let them know.
Yeah.
You know who follows you, who would like to buy your work, so.
Yeah. And so that's being exhibition ready.
It is. It's quite a lot.
It is a lot, and I've put it in a certain order, but to be honest, half the time I'm getting towards the end and I'm going, oh no, I haven't photographed this properly, or I need to put the labels on, or oops, I haven't done my bio yet.
Well, I've been started to do my prints and then start mounting them straight away, so they're actually already mounted, so that then I can then put them in frames as I need to. But yes, so I now have a box of framed work, well, mounted work, not framed, just mounted work, so which is cool. It's half the way there. Yeah, so it's a lot of it is doing it as you go, and you might not know what you want to put in an exhibition. I've got a few little tricks, and that is a lot of my paintings are 40 by 40 centimeters. I like to paint in squares. And my frames are floating frames, and I can remove those works of art and put in a different work of art very easily. Well, you know what we didn't say is how you package artwork to take it to an exhibition.
Go on then.
Go on. Well, you have your fancy bags.
Well, I have my fancy bags. So I got some bubble wrap insulation stuff that you put behind heaters, a whole roll of it, and cut it up and made it into bags with a bit of fabric that goes right around it to give it strength, and I just tied them up in a knot. I didn't even sew them. So they're just a ready-made bubble wrap bag that I just sit my artwork straight into. I can put two in there that are similar size and not going to affect each other. I also do, if I've paid for a frame, I do tend to put a bit of cling film around the frame just because it can pick up colour of other work. But yeah, so wrapping it up well is important, especially if you've got a frame. Well, especially if you want to value your work, actually. It doesn't matter. It needs to be wrapped.
I tend to put stuff on the corners, and I've got like little bubble wrap sized envelopes that I can slide my framed pieces in, because obviously quite a lot of my pieces are small, so these little bubble wrap envelopes are and I can just turn up and take them out. But be prepared to take sometimes they ask to keep your bubble wrap at places, but so label your bubble wrap if it's for a set picture. But you
can just write that on with a permanent marker, or just put a sticker on with a label, and that's a good idea as well. I don't worry about it too much because I've just got a selection of bags of different sizes and lob all my stuff in there. And what I love about my bags is they have handles. I can throw 4 bags over my shoulder and walk into an exhibition with all my work.
It's all safe.
I'm not balancing it and wobbling with it, and can only take one piece at a time. It's all safe and easy to carry. Yeah. All right, Donna. That is enough.
But do the like and follow thing, people. People need to do the like and follow thing. You need to clicky and go, yes, we like these people. Subscribe to them.
Follow, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, you know, if you found something useful and you think, oh, these two women, they're too funny.
Well, we'd never claim to know everything, but we certainly,
we don't.
We've been doing this for
a while now.
More than 20 years, and so we know a few things.
We've not been doing the art exhibiting market thing for 20 years.
I have.
Have you?
Yep. I started my business in 2026.
No, that's this year.
Oh, 2006, 20 years ago. I started my business.
Oh, I see. No, not me. So.
Yeah. But you've been doing stuff and exhibiting. I
have been doing stuff.
A long time.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that long. No. Yeah. But yeah.
Okay. Cool. Enough waffle. Thanks for joining us.